Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video. In today's video, I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks on how to improve and as well how to get better here for season 8. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I'm going to be giving away some V-Bucks at 130,000 subscribers. So if you guys want a chance to win some V-Bucks, all you have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, turn on my notifications, and as well leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And like I said, as soon as I reach 130,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away some V-Bucks, so make sure you guys enter the giveaway. And as well, if you guys want to add me and support me as a creator in the item shop, all you have to do is go over to the item shop, go down to support a creator, type in my code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. I really do appreciate everyone who does. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be covering exactly how to get better or how to improve here for Season 8, and there's a few things that I'm going to be covering in this video that I think are really good, and it's definitely going to help you guys improve your game, and as well improve your game a lot faster. So starting out, I would say one of the #1 ways people don't improve in this game, or not even that they don't improve, because if you play this game quite a bit, eventually you are going to improve. It's just improving quickly, and the #1 way people don't improve quickly is they only focus on one aspect of their game, and they don't really try anything new, and I'm going to explain exactly what I mean by that. And so for me personally, when I first started playing this game, I was actually really good at aiming. That's probably one of the things that I've always been good at, because I came from Call of Duty. I used to play a ton of that, so I always had really good aim, and as well my IQ has been also pretty good as well. The only thing I really wasn't good at, of course, was building, because it was kind of a new concept, so that was something that I had to take a lot of time to learn and really practice in playgrounds, practice in creative, and as well practice in games. And of course, when it comes to building, there's also editing and different edits, because trust me, there is a few edits in this game that I think, in my opinion, are a little bit more challenging or a little bit more difficult than other edits. And specifically, an edit that might be challenging for me could be different from another person. Something that I find really difficult, someone else could find really easy, and vice versa. So that kind of thing you have to keep in mind. It's going to be different for every single player, but I feel like a big reason why people aren't improving as fast as they really could is because they're not really trying anything new. And for an example of this, recently for the past few days, I've been trying out the sniper rifle. I've been trying to hit some shots with it, get a lot better with it, because it is a really good gun. For example, even if I use a sniper rifle, typically I'm going to be using the heavy sniper, because it can one-shot any wall that I want to, and as well it does 150 base damage. Headshots, of course, are going to one-shot them. I think it does like 300 plus damage, so I think every sniper in this game is going to be a one-shot, but specifically the heavy sniper is a 150 damage body shot, which is huge, because a lot of people, especially nowadays in the game, aren't going to be running around with max HP every single game. Most people are going to be running around with 150, 125 HP, so most of the players that you shoot at, if you are able to hit them with the heavy sniper, you are going to be able to get the knock on that player. So that's just a weapon that I think has been really effective, and something that I definitely needed to improve on, for the reason being it's a very effective weapon if you can hit your shots with it, and just also a very fun gun to use as well. Snipers are fun to use, so I've been using snipers recently for the past few days, and I have seen major improvement. I've hit a lot of crazy good snipes. And for those of you guys who have watched me on Snapchat, I think I'm going to do a sort of a different kind of video on Sunday, sort of like do kind of like a montage type of video, and I have a ton of sniper clips I got just from today. So just in the short amount of time that I played, only maybe like an hour to hour and a half, I was still able to get like 7 or 8 sniper clips just with that weapon, and they're honestly really good. I had a pretty nasty no scope you guys are going to see. But anyways, that's just one weapon that I've been working to try to improve, and I have seen major improvement just from me using it, because a lot of times people don't get really good at the game, or they maybe are not good at every single aspect of the game just because they don't practice it enough. And for me, one of those things with sniper rifles, I know if I'd use sniper rifles, I could get really good with them. I just almost never used them in my games, because I'm going for high kills. I'm carrying, AR pump SMG, and as well I'm carrying a heals, and before I was carrying a glider, so I really didn't have any room for a heavy sniper. Maybe I can change out my SMG, but at the same time, SMG is one of my favorite weapons to use in the game. I absolutely melt with it. So I really didn't have any room to use a heavy sniper, but nowadays I feel like if I'm playing the duos or squads, I'm more than likely going to pick up a sniper rifle, try it out, because I've been able to hit my shots with it a little bit more. So that's just something that I had to work on in practice, and I've been able to get a lot more kills and also be more efficient in my games while using the weapon. And also another thing that I noticed, and this is something that I noticed when I'm playing a lot more 1v1s recently, is I've been able to beat a lot of players and able to outplay them consistently just because I've been able to edit a lot faster than the players I'm going against. So I feel like editing speed is a major role in something that a lot of people should improve on, because editing speed I think can play a huge difference in between players who are going to be able to consistently outplay other players, whether that be in build fights. And a lot of times this has to do with build fights, especially if you're playing in actual games, because that's what usually when you're going to be going for the edit plays, or it could be even on the defensive side when you're sitting back a little bit, maybe you need to rotate out of your box, or really just anything. Editing is going to play a huge role in just every single situation in Fortnite. So improving your editing speed, and not only just how fast you can edit, also being very efficient with it too, you know, being able to hit your edits consistently, because I've seen a lot of people who can edit very quickly, but they're not very good when it comes to actually being able to edit consistently. And I've seen this in the case a lot of times in game. Maybe they're, you know, in playgrounds or in creative, they're doing really good with their edits, they're hitting every single edit, but as soon as the game starts and maybe they're getting sprayed up from 2 different guys and they need to go for a wall edit, they end up choking the edit like 2 or 3 times. So of course, practicing your builds and edits and editing courses and different stuff like that in creative can really help you improve your editing speed, but you also have to make sure you're able to do them in game, because in game is a lot different, because it's very different in creative when you have all the time in the world to go for the edit, versus if you're in a game, you're getting shot from like 2 or 3 different directions, you have to go for the edit, and if you miss the edit, you're probably gonna get lasered for like 100 damage. So it is very much different. So you're gonna have to practice your edits, I'd say, first in creative, but you also have to be able to master your edits also in public matches or in scrims, or maybe even arena, whatever you guys like to play the most, because that's where it's really gonna count. That's why you practice your edits in creative, so you don't mess them up in game. But in games, there's gonna be a lot more pressure, so you're more prone to mess up your edits. So the best way to go about it, and like I said, just practicing creative a lot, but the best way to go about it is just you have to get used to being in those situations, because if it's the first time you're ever, you know, practicing going from creative to bug matches, this is true because I used to just mess around on my mouse and keyboard. I was having all the good builds, I was building really well in creative, but as soon as I went to public matches, I started choking everything, and it just went really bad. So just really focus on getting your edits down in public matches or in arena. Is really gonna help you guys out, and that's gonna be the best way to improve your editing speed. And going back to my first point when I talked about improving and trying out different things, and there's been one thing in particular that has really messed me up time and time again going into games, and that's going to be like kind of just double edits and different things like that, because I've had so many games where I'd mess up because it'd be someone outside of my box, maybe I place a stairs in it, because that could be a really good way, placing a stairs inside your 1x1 to kind of prevent fire, but it could be super annoying because if someone tries to shoot you from different directions, trying to edit out of your box with a ramp in the middle of it can be a little bit more difficult, because it's going to mess you up depending on what kind of angle that you want to get out of it. So I've been in creative and just practicing my edits where I edit 2 different structures, and it could be any 2 structures. It could be a pyramid and a wall, a floor and a wall. It could be any 2 edits where you have to edit both of them very quickly, and that's just something that I've been practicing a lot more, and it's really helped me out, and especially when it comes to just editing a singular thing, because if it comes to just editing a wall, if I've been practicing doing double edits, practicing editing 2 things pretty much at the exact same time, when it comes down to only having to edit a wall, only having to edit a ramp, just one of the things, it's going to make it so much easier to actually go for the single edit, because the entire time you've been practicing going for multiple edits. So that could be a really good way for improving and also getting better a lot faster. And it doesn't even have to do just with editing. It could do anything when it comes to fighting players, because if you practice fighting against multiple players, and something that I did a lot, I played a lot of solo squads, solo duos. So when it actually came to just playing solos and playing people one-on-one, it became very easy to do, because I was just used to fighting 2 players. So when it comes to only fighting 1, it just made it super simple and super easy to do so. I didn't have too much problem winning a lot of my gunfights, because I was just used to getting constantly sprayed from all sorts of directions. So when it was only 1 player for one direction, it became very easy to outplay. So it could be, you know, with editing, it could be with fighting other players, and it really could just be anything. And if you practice the things that are a little bit harder to do, you know, compound edits, different things like that, it's going to make it super simple when you actually go for the more simpler type of thing. And in most games, you're not going to be going for anything too crazy, so when you're practicing going for the harder type of moves, the easier ones are going to be so much easier to do, and that's going to be a really good way to help you guys improve and as well get better at the game here in season 8 much faster. And with that being said, that's what for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, hope you guys liked it, and if you guys could drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on my notifications to be notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.